You know, as far as the system and the organization of what we do, it remains pretty consistent, you know, in terms of what I had been doing in our base schedules, our base philosophies, offensive and defensive installation. Most of that stuff is intact. The thing that changes is the relationships and the people. During the course of the summer, the NCAA really prohibits the interaction that you have with your players during the summer months. So that was kind of the newness of this one, was kind of standing in front of a team that I hadn't stood in front of before at the start of a season. So there was obviously some excitement to that, and I think that excitement was on both ends, you know, both for myself and for the team. Remember, now you're at the University of Richmond. These are smart kids, you know, so these kids have been really good in terms of their recall. And we want to move at a brisk pace, but we do have to gauge a little bit, making sure we don't offer too much too fast, too early. And then also understanding that we have a nice freshman class here, and our expectation there certainly can't be at the same level with the guys that went through spring practice. The individual, the person who can take command of the huddle and who can run the offense the way that the coach wants the offense to be run, to be able to make the right decisions, to be decisive in what he's doing. And as we call the game, as Coach Streeter calls in the offensive plays, there's a certain expectation as to what should happen on that play. And you want to have a quarterback in the game that understands what those expectations are. You know, it's great to be able to scramble and make a big play or break a tackle and make a big run, but you want to have some consistency to what you're doing, and you want to be able to call the game knowing that the quarterback is going to understand and execute the game plan. So it's a big part of it here, especially early. I've been sitting here the last day and a half watching some UVA offense, and I separate all of that. I'm looking at the quarterback by jersey number, and I'm critiquing him just like I would any other quarterback that we would go against, and I'm trying to find thoughts of ways to try to have some success against him and against the offense. And I appreciate the question. I'm not trying to minimize the emotion element of it, but it only enters in the moment. It doesn't enter in your preparation or in your planning.
To the new staff?
With Coach Rocco, I mean, as he said, he's preached a change of culture, get back to winning ways. Richmond's been a winning tradition for the last couple decades, and we got to get back there after last season. Because defensive guys keeping Coach Trott, it's less of a scheme kind of transition. It's more of a change in what he wants to see at practice, the effort, the different stuff, the little things he wants to do. So defense, we've gotten lucky, not as been as big, but the change of culture has been the biggest thing. How? Confidence level, I mean, if you can hear, I don't know if you heard all the guys cheering out there, man. This team is confident. Those young guys, as we said, those young guys have played. We got great senior leadership. We're just excited to play, man. This is a team that loves to compete. I mean, summer workouts, 7-on-7s. I mean, we had everybody here all summer. And these are guys that are finding jobs. And with the economy we got now, the guys are finding jobs up here doing anything they can. And they're up here just to compete on 7-on-7s a couple days a week to do that. So when we get out in the season and games, just step it up to another level.
Well, I'm excited because all summer and all winter, all the guys been working. It's weird actually being a senior now. I just feel like I was a freshman with Eric Bohr, so now I'm one of the guys everyone looks up to, so it's pretty weird. But pressure, I feel like last year we learned a lot from losing some of those close games. So we're not that far away from the playoffs if you actually think about it. I think it was 4 or 5 games we lost by 3 or less. So if we win those games, we're right there in the playoff hunt. So it's not like we're that far away. We just have to win the close game. So I don't really say it's that much of a pressure to get to the playoffs. It actually is a lot simpler to think that it's a lot of moving parts, but the terminology and just the play calling is a lot simpler to think about. It's actually a combination of old playbooks but just a little more shotgun.